be something on.
Oh, wow! Candy critter!
Oh!
Oh, great. It's Monsters, our favorite show.
It's starting.
Hi, with Halloween coming in about a couple months now, I thought I'd take a look at a show that I missed, and I just was reminded of it just a few days ago, called Monsters, which debuted in 1988. It was produced by the people who made Tales from the Dark Side, which is a far more popular show. I revisited that show last year, and I was kind of unimpressed by the fact that a lot of the shows were more jokey than I remember them. Monsters was not. It ran for 3 seasons, 72 episodes, very overlooked, very underappreciated. A lot of people bag on the show for having like a low budget and everything. But they were half-hour episodes, usually airing after Tales from the Dark Side. I think they're currently on Chiller. Basically, they featured a monster every episode, and they used their low budget to their benefit. Actually, there are some great eerie episodes that are classic in my opinion. One was called The Hole, which stands out in my mind as being really good, where it took place in Vietnam, and 3 American soldiers go into one of the holes that the Viet Cong dug, and they come across a sort of compound in the tunnel that's been destroyed, and all the people there are butchered. And one survivor talks about how corpses came from the ground and everything to avenge the blood that's been spilled in Vietnam. And whenever they try to escape, the tunnels move on them and change direction. And of course, the American soldiers don't believe this, and of course, the zombies come. And when they do come, they're awesome. They have skull faces, and they're super strong, and they come from the walls. And they lift people and choke them. They're terrific. And another one was Waiting Time, that sticks out in my mind too as something that used a couple sets, but still was very effective. Where the end of the world happens, like a nuclear war, and 2 survivors who had the nuclear codes and initiated some of the missiles are still in their bunker, and they're trying to wait out the the nuclear winter, which I guess would be years and years. And 2 days into it, they look out a window and they see something moving, and it seems kind of weird. And they're talking to survivors in another bunker, and those survivors get picked off one by something outside. And when you see what's outside, it's pretty cool. That's another eerie, cool, horror episode. There's another one called Mr. Schlauber, which I remember too. It was about a kid who was abused by his mom and his sister. They don't really show abuse, but they just treat him badly. I guess they couldn't show a kid being slapped around, but he gets a prize from a cereal box and puts it in water, one of those ones where the thing grows in water. But this is a creature, and whenever it drinks water, it gets bigger and stronger, and then eventually it befriends the kid and gets even with the mom and the sister. And another one that I remember too, which was amazing, was Holly's House, which was about a kids show with an animatronic life-size doll that was basically a robot. And eventually this robot, of course, goes crazy, and I remember it stabbing one guy in the heart with scissors and everything. So, I mean, Monsters, I think, is a very underappreciated show. It's really cool. I think it was better than Tales from the Dark Side. I know that Tales from the Dark Side is very popular because it has a movie that gets played every Halloween. And that's why people remember it more, I think. And I think it got more airplay, and I think Monsters came at a time when people just didn't want to watch horror anymore. I mean, that horror 80s heyday was gone, and here came Monsters with 3 seasons, but it was pretty cool. I remember, too, they did adaptation of The Finger, which was a Stephen King story. I know Stephen Stein would like that because he loves Stephen King. But yeah, it's just a very cool show. It's not on DVD. I don't know why. It really should be on DVD. It would be awesome if it were to be released on DVD like this Halloween, but that's not going to happen. So yeah, you could check out episodes of it online if you could find them. I know there's some on YouTube and other sources. But I mean, it would be terrific if because I know Tales from the Dark Side, the entire series is now on DVD. So it would be cool if Monsters were on DVD. This is the show that when I think of a horror TV anthology, I think of Monsters. You know, it gave you what you wanted. It gave you monsters and it gave you horror. Not so much like jokiness and making fun of itself. To me, Monsters is one of the most perfect horror anthology TV series. So hopefully it'll come out soon.